Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And it's very sunny outside, but it doesn't look like it's sunny at Manchester because Man Utd lost 2-1 to Brighton, and this wasn't what we wanted, innit? This is not how Ten Hag wanted it. I'm disappointed, to be honest, because I was really looking forward to the match because I thought I was available to watch it. Now I did say I wasn't going to watch it because I was busy, but for some reason circumstances let me watch it, so that was good. But I was really disappointed with the match. I thought we played. I expected us to play tiki-taka, possession, high pressing football, but the first half was abysmal, man. The first half was a joke. It was a joke, and we looked vulnerable all the time. When Brighton got to our defence, we looked really bad. We didn't play the style that I expected us to play, and I wanted us to play. It wasn't Ten Hag football. The first half was definitely not Ten Hag football. It was Ollie ball, it was Ranwick ball, it was all them long balls again, and we don't want that. But yeah, the first half was abysmal, man. I know we had lots of the ball, but we didn't look like we were threatening at the other goal when we had lots of the ball. We were always near the defence on the first half, and it was abysmal. But I wouldn't panic because there's still lots of the season to go, because I remember when Arsenal lost 3 games in a row last season, and they still got 5th, didn't they? And Everton won 5 games the season before and got and didn't finish in the top 4. They got 12th, didn't they? They went on an abysmal run in December or something, and then they got 12th. So that was, yeah. So the first game doesn't really mean anything, but we have to bounce back now. We can't afford to lose again. But anyway, that will be on the look ahead for Brentford. But yeah, I thought we were very bad today. We looked better for second half. We did. We looked like, I was like, yes, that's the football I want us to see, because we looked like we were threatening quite a lot. I actually thought we would get a draw because we looked all right second half. It looked like we got a kick up the bum by Ten Hag. Ten Hag kicked them up the bum, and they looked much better. But it's still not good enough for this club. It's still really bad. We can't keep losing these stupid games. Because you can't get back with a crowd in the stadium now. You can't. You can, but it's really hard. Maybe we just got second because we just didn't have any crowd in the stadium and we were not in pressure. I just think this team's really bad with pressure. I just think this team is really is not good when it's pressured to do things. Like when it's under pressure, it's really bad and you can't trust it. And yeah. There has to be lots of changes for Brentford, I'm sorry. Not a lot, I mean, you could say some, definitely some, because that team looked disorganised, that team looked like it didn't have any chemistry, we weren't playing any triangles that I wanted. Ten Hag didn't they didn't play for the manager, they actually were selfish and played for themselves, and that's not good. I wouldn't say they were selfish, but I would say that was definitely not Ten Hag's football. Ten Hag's football is like Pep's. It's like possession, high line, so possession, high line, and pressing really high. And I saw a bit of pressing, but I didn't see much. To be honest, and we never looked like we were threatening the goal in the first half. We looked really bad. We looked like we weren't ready. We looked like we were disorganised. We weren't pumped up. It was flat. It was stale. It was boring. It was boring in the first half, and yeah, and that's what cost us the game. I think the first half, where we were just lazy. We were lazy on the ball. I mean, no, we weren't lazy on the ball, but we were just playing Ollie, boring football again. Near the defence, side to side, passing. There was no tiki-taka. There was no patterns of play like fast passing, like bam, 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 bam. It was all just passing it around the defence. And to be honest, we should have lost 3-0 because I remember in the first half, Fred gave the ball to the opposition because Brighton pressed us like mad. And then I think he tackled them, so if he didn't tackle them, I think we would have conceded. And I think if Welbeck didn't slip, we would have conceded again. So we could have lost that game 3 or 4-0 really. So that's not good. There has to be lots of changes in the next game. But anyway, I'll do the player ratings. But actually, yeah. Actually, I'll say a bit more, but just say one more thing. I mean, I did say we were gonna draw. I said it would be a hard match, but they actually done worse than I expected, and that's not good. That's not good for a club like Man U. They need to. I mean, I know it's the first game, but that first game was unacceptable. Really unacceptable. Really. It wasn't really encouraging. It wasn't a new era. It felt like Ollie's football again. It felt like we were going to lose 4-0 to Watford, lose 5-0 to Liverpool. We were all over the place. So Ten Hag's got a lot of work to do, and this tells you that it's not going to be as easy as he thinks. I think he's still going to struggle, and I still think we're going to get these bad results. But it takes time, so we don't have to panic. We just have to make sure we win the next game. Definitely, we have to win that next game because, but it's only the start of the season, so we don't have to panic. We still have lots of time to turn it around. I don't think we'll get 4th, but we'll get 6th. I definitely think we'll get 6th. So we'll be fine. We won't get 10th. I don't think we'll get 10th unless we have a really abysmal season. But yeah. But anyway, I'll do the player rating. So David De Gea, I'll give him a 6. I think he was alright. He'd made a good save, and then the goal it rebounded to Gross in it, and then he shot it in. So, and I think he was alright. His passing was alright. I know he kicked out play at times, but yeah, I think he was just pressured because the team were losing, and he was a bit shaky at first. Then when we were losing, but he was alright. Dalot, it has to be a 5. Probably all the defence have to get the 5 really. Dalot was really exposed defensively. Lamptey and Trossard, and was Trossard on his thing? I'm not sure, but yeah, he was not good. He was nowhere good enough. I mean, no, he was alright attacking actually. I'd say he was alright attacking, but defending, he got exposed too much, and he looked really shaky at the back. All our defence looked shaky at the back really when Brighton got near to it. Martinez, I'll give him a 5.5. I thought he looked a bit shaky at first in the first half. I thought he looked not too good in the first half, but in the second half he did do some good passing, and he did look more comfortable, and maybe he did push up past the pitch quite often, so that was good. So I think he done all right, but I would expect better from Martinez really. But he doesn't deserve to be dropped, not him. Now Maguire, yeah, drop him because you can't play a high line with Maguire. You can't. Don't worry. I don't hate Maguire. I know you probably think I hate Maguire because I'm always saying, "Oh, get rid of Maguire. He's rubbish." But I think he would have become a good defender if he had pace in him. But he's just so slow. You can't have a slow defence when you're playing a high line. So I think Varane has to go in to that defence now from now on because, maybe because even Lindelof is quite slow as well, and we need you saw what happened in the game. Maybe you did, but Maguire looked really shaky at the back. Welbeck always Welbeck bullied him. Welbeck absolutely bullied him. I mean, he didn't bully. No, you can't say bully, but he got through him a lot, and he was. And Welbeck, the long balls were easy, and I don't know how to say it, but Welbeck got in behind him a lot, and he had a field day. Welbeck, but we need to change that Maguire because a better striker. We would be in big trouble if Kane or Haaland was running at our defence like that with Maguire in it, and when we are playing a high line. So I don't think Maguire can play a high line. I'm sorry, unless Ten Hag maybe tells him to drop back, but then Martinez to go a bit higher. But that would just confuse the defence, wouldn't it? Luke Shaw, it has to be a 5 because. He could have marked it better on the second goal with Gross when Davide saved it and it rebounded. He could have blocked that shot. He could have went in and tackled him. Yeah, Luke Shaw wasn't good. He was all right in the second half. Maybe I'll give Dalot and Luke Shaw a 5.5. But I don't think but. He was not good as well. McTominay, it has to be a 3, doesn't it? He was very, very bad. He was very bad. He lost his discipline. He was very bad. He looked low confidence, low self-esteem. He didn't look confident, didn't he, in that match? He looked really bad. Casado completely bullied him. He made him look like a rubbish League Two midfielder, McTominay's just not really. McTominay just didn't do well today, didn't he? I would say Fred and McTominay, that midfield's atrocious. We need to swap that midfield because. It's the midfield again that in the first half that stopped us from getting to Brighton's goal and stopped us from playing good football and attacking because Fred and McTominay can't pass. They can't pass. Fred maybe can pass a bit, but his first touch is atrocious, and he's not very good when people are pressing him, and McTominay's not good when other teams are pressing them. But yeah, I think. They did all right. No, they didn't do all right. Sorry, my mind was all over the place then. They didn't do all right. But I thought, we need to change that midfield. Get Delon in quickly because that midfield will not win you anything. That midfield's atrocious. We need to change it. You saw what happened in the Brighton game. Brighton. We couldn't get out of our half because that midfield can't pass, man. That midfield can't pass. It can't defend. It can't do anything. We need a new midfield. I would probably be generous and say that. I would probably be even more harsher and say our midfield is one of the worst in the Premier League. It's probably worse than Fulham and Bournemouth. And I know that sounds stupid, but yeah, I think it's worse than Bournemouth and Fulham's and Nottingham Forest's. I know that sounds stupid, but yeah. We need to change that midfield, sorry. We need at least 2 in that midfield, and I don't think we'll get 2, so that would be really a disaster. So, that midfield's not good enough. Rashford, I'll give him a 5.5. He tried. He got in behind, he created some chances, but he just wasn't clinical with his finishing winning. I wouldn't say he didn't do lots of effort. I think that's stupid to say. I think Rashford did alright. Because effort means he tried to score goals, he tried to getting behind the defence, but I just think Rashford's it's going to take some time for Rashford to get back to his normal form, because he had a really bad season last season, didn't he? And he yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Nah, I put it up. Sorry. Yeah, he had a really bad season yesterday, and yeah. No, not yesterday, last season. But I think he can get back to his form. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. I think he can be better on the ball, though. I think it's silly to shoot from lots of angles. And Fred even done that. I was like, what are you doing, Fred? Shooting from 30 yards out when we're losing 1-0. We need to stop doing that as a team, because that's just stupid football. But I would say there are some positives with Man U today. I would say we've kept lots of the ball, which is good. So it shows us we can keep lots of the ball, even against Brighton, when you expect Brighton to have a lot of the ball, because that's how Potter wants to play, isn't it? Yeah, he's like Pep, but with a small team. So, but anyway, yeah, I think Rashford did. He wasn't great, but he tried. So it's a 5.5. Fernandes, it's a 5. I don't know what's happened to Fernandes. He was when he first came, he was brilliant, wasn't he? He scored he got 20 assists every game. No, assists every game, and then a goal, and an assist, and then a goal, and an assist, and then a goal. And he's completely lost it now. He used to be, people were putting him on the category of Kevin De Bruyne as one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. But he's nowhere near that now. He's completely lost it. I don't know what's happened to Bruno. I hope he can get his form back, but maybe maybe teams have just figured out Bruno and they know how he plays now. So, yeah. So yeah, he could get back, but I don't see. Got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work to do. Sancho, yeah, I'll give him a 6. He did all right. He didn't look bad. He was just just didn't get much service again, that we always do. In the first half, we didn't even hear much of Sancho because he just didn't get the service, didn't he? But he tried in the second half, so that's good. He tried. He really did try to go. He tried in the second half, and he didn't make bad mistakes. He didn't make rubbish finishing. He tried. So I'll give him a 6. Who was Ericsson? I'll give him a 6 as well. I think he's the only player in two halves that done. I think he was all right as well. I think he still tried to keep going. He wasn't bad. This is really weird, but he did a better job than McTominay and Fred in midfield, and he's not a holding midfielder, is he? So that's crazy. Maybe we should just put Ericsson in the midfield. I think it would make us a better team, because I know Ericsson's not a good defender, but he did way better than McTominay and Fred. He did in that game. We looked much better when he was in midfield, and we looked much better when Donny was in midfield as well. So maybe you could think of putting them in midfield instead of or you could just put Fred and then put maybe Ericsson in midfield, and then take McTominay out, because I think he needs to be taken out. I just don't think Fred and McTominay are good enough. They're definitely not a top 4 midfielders. Yeah. Now I'll give the subs a 6. So I'll give Ahmad a 6. No, it's not Ahmad. Malacia a 6. He didn't do nothing really. Galacho a 6. Ronaldo a 6. Didn't do much. He did nearly get an assist from Rashford's goal, but yeah, he didn't do much. So Rashford, no. So Garnacho, Malacia, Ronaldo, Donny 6 did alright, and what's his? I mean, I think I'm missing someone. Oh yeah, Alanga. Yeah, I give him a 6 as well. But this just and Eric Ten Hag, it has to be a 5, doesn't it? We didn't see his football. I was looking forward to seeing his football. I thought we were going to play possession. I'm disappointed, really. I thought we were going to play high line, pressing really high, possession, because it makes you feel proud when you see your team do these things, because it makes it feel like we are. You always like to see attacking football. Attacking football is what makes the game really fun and what makes football brilliant. Attacking football. Defending does, but yeah, attacking does more. But yeah, Eric got so much wrong today. No, yesterday, because I'm doing this on Monday. I don't know why. First, he didn't pick Ronaldo. He should have started with Ronaldo, because it's not good to leave Ronaldo on the bench when he's one of your best players, and he's probably one of the best players in the world still. So yeah, you should have played Ronaldo. Second, he picked Fred and McTominay. He could have just gone with Fred and then put Donny in there, didn't he? But he put McTominay and Fred, and they cost us the game, I think. They're other ones who've cost us the game, and he made us lose, so that's not good. And then 3, he should have picked Varane with Maguire, because he should have thought that Maguire's too slow to play a high line. Oh, I need to put Varane in there to block the long balls, and yeah, from Brighton. But yeah, but this is not a really good start to the Premier League season, but I wouldn't panic. We've still got lots of football to go. We've got Brighton on Saturday. We definitely have to win that. Definitely win that. We have to definitely win that. We can't afford to lose that. I know it's early, but if Ten Hag's thinking of wanting to be in top 4, which I don't think we'll get 6, but we have to beat. No, the reason why we have to win against Brentford is because we got Liverpool, and I don't see any chance of us beating Liverpool. So we have to beat Brentford, because we're in big trouble if we don't beat Brentford. Top 4 is definitely gone then if we don't beat Brentford, because we're going to lose to Liverpool, definitely. I expect us to get smashed by them 4-0 or 3-0, and yeah. But there's lots of work to do. It just tells you that Ten Hag's job is much harder than you think. It's going to take a lot of time for his players to get used to his system. But they need to play better than Brighton in that new Brentford game. They need to play more attacking. They need to play that tiki-taka. They need to play that high line. They did play high line, which was alright, but we never looked like we were threatening Brighton's goal. We were really bad. But it's early doors. There's still lots of football to go, so we just need to not lose against Brentford. But anyway, guys, if you I haven't done man of the match, sorry. Nah, man, I nearly forgot to do man. Maybe Ericsson or Sancho. I'll go Sancho, because he looked alright. He looked good on the ball in the second half, and you didn't see much of him in the first half because we were just so defensive. We never looked like we were going to go out of our half. We looked abysmal in the first half. I was thinking, hang on a minute, this is Eric Ten Hag's football. We're meant to be playing attacking, possession, and then high line. And then I thought, yes, the players are just not listening to the manager, aren't they? And we've just got a bad midfield, so we can't do it. So, yeah, we have to play attacking football against Brentford. This is why we brought Ten Hag in, because he plays possession, attacking, and high possession football. But it's going to take some time. It's not going to take a year to win the title. No way. It's going to probably take 4 years, 5 years, 3 years to get back to where we want to be. So we will have up and downs. We've had an up and down straight away, which is not good at all. But there's still plenty to go with this season, so we can get back. But we have to win against Brighton, definitely, in Brentford. But I will do a preview this week on Brentford, so be tuned into that. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, and feel free to subscribe as well. And there's been other good results, haven't there? There's been Chelsea 1-0, and that's why we have to win, because Chelsea won, Arsenal won, Spurs won, Man City won. I know Liverpool drawed, but they're going to win soon, so we need to start winning, man. We need to start winning, because the more we drop points, the more further them teams will go for us, and we have no chance of top 4. No chance. And I don't think we have no chance for top 4 anyway. Whatever, if we beat Brentford or not. But I would like us to beat Brentford comfortably, like 4-0, that would be nice. But we could lose against Brentford, we could. But I'll do the preview later on. But anyway, guys, I'll see you next time.